Dogs and cats can get along. However, it requires a person in the house to take up the role of pack leader and then show your dog what the rules are going to be. If you want to learn more about it now, then click on the link on this page at the end of the video. This is Bella. She lives the most wonderful life most of the time, but when the cat turns up, she has nobody to guide her and show her how to behave, so she goes from 0 to right off the scale in a split second. When a dog becomes this stressed, you must walk them away immediately and give them a chance to calm down and relax. Initially, I thought I'd just put Bella outside the room and see if she calmed down, but her barking continued, so it was a case of stepping it up a level and putting her calmly in the bathroom, where she would relax a lot quicker. Did Bella like it when she was isolated? Absolutely not. But this is where you need to stay strong and wait until your dog calms down before you let them out. You can't let your dog think that they can dictate what is going to happen by barking. That will simply create a rod for your own back, and you'll never convince them that you're actually in charge and that you're going to decide how they should behave around the cat. It's all about who's making the decisions, you or the dog. Walking Bella around like I'm doing is going to calm her down. She can't see the dog at this point, and it's only when she starts to actually calm down that I'm going to move her into the same room. We must take our time with this. There's no rush, but we must keep her out of that stress zone. Here I walk her through to where she can actually see the cat, who at this point is perched on the owner's lap on the couch. Bella still hasn't actually noticed the cat yet, and that's fine. I'm going to make nothing of the cat either, and instead I keep control and walk her around the room. One of the biggest mistakes that people make is that everyone gets too excited and brings too much energy to the situation. The best thing you can do is ignore both the cat and the dog and let your actions speak louder than your words. This is the point where she actually spots the cat. Bella starts to make a few squeaky noises and pulls a little bit, but already it's an improvement from her previous behavior. However, as she starts to become more stressed, I immediately move her further away to a distance where she'll be able to calm herself down around the other side of the couch, where the cat is out of sight. One of the best ways to calm a dog down in almost any situation is to move them further away and walk them around calmly on the leash. If it's not too intense a situation, they'll actually relax right back down on their own. In this instance, I've decided that Bella's going to struggle to calm down on her own, and it's going to be less stressful for her if we isolate her again. This time that she comes out, though, you're going to see the amazing power that isolation can have. I spend a few more minutes leading her around the room before taking her closer to the cat, who's now climbed up onto a shelf. Now, with all the work that we've put in, it finally pays off. We simply walk over to her, turn her back on the cat, sit down, and just look at her behaviour. Now, if you find yourself in this position where your dog is calm around the cat, make the most of it. Don't push ahead, but instead savor the moment. Let your dog experience what it's like to relax with the cat so close. Make it a positive association. The key here is that we're both ignoring the cat and the dog, and by doing so we're giving Bella the right message and helping her to switch off. The more good experiences that your dog can have around the cat, the better. Bella's understandably curious still. She knows where the cat is and she's looking, but she's doing her best to ignore him. Now she decides to creep over and have a little nosy, but with the leash attached, we've still got control, so instead she lies down and relaxes. I'll leave Bella in this position for about 15 minutes before I decide to start moving her around the room to see if we can keep her attention off the cat. I'm using a form of distraction here. I'm asking her to do some simple exercises on the carpet, such as sits and downs, and it's working. She's not really that interested in the cat, even though I've now dropped her leash on the floor. You'll see that I've left the leash attached to her, so that we can maintain some degree of control, because the last thing that you want is to play a crazy game of chase me, trying to grab her by the collar. At this point, she wanders over to the cat, but I simply put my foot on the leash and move it back a fraction, and she wanders away again. There you go, standing on the leash. She's looking, I move it back, she goes and lies down. Perfect. What you've seen here is actually a great example of why you should leave the lead attached. She's clearly become interested in the cat again. But rather than overreacting, I just gently move it with my foot, enough to turn her head and distract her, and she goes and lies down. So there you have it. She's taken herself away of her own accord, and now the next step is to take the lead off her. We'll just unclip it and make nothing of it. She's already starting to realise that things have changed around here. In fact, things are going so well that I've suggested that we all stand up and walk into the other room and see if she follows us, which she does. Only a little bit later on now, without the leash attached, Bella takes herself back into the room and has a little drink. She then says hi to the cat and calmly potters off. Peace has been restored in the household.